This game is so hot, it's cool, it's so cool, it's hot, and it's perfect for the holiday season, regardless of your background or faith. Stick with me. You don't want to miss this one. Hi, and welcome to Classroom Confidential and Zoomprov games. My name is Christopher Youngren, and I'm a middle school ELA teacher in Tucson, Arizona. You know, the best improv games work so well because they allow you to bring yourself to the game. Nothing is pre-scripted and anything goes, within reason, especially with students. But the thing that's great about Winter Freeze is it lets you bring your own holiday traditions and stories and characters to the game, where everybody is respected and recognized, and we may learn a thing or two that we didn't know before about other people and their cultures. So if you've seen my other video, Halloween Freeze, this game plays essentially the same way, except this time we're putting a winter spin on it. A holiday, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever the case may be, whatever traditions your students want to bring to the game. Anything goes, as long as we are respectful and collaborative, as long as we are working as a group to tell a story that's cohesive and cooperative. So this game is played in 2 rounds, and just like all of the games on my channel, they're going to work well both in person or online. Now, online in the virtual classroom, it's going to take a minor adjustment, but it still is going to work perfectly well, and your students are going to love it. So to begin with, you're going to have everybody get to their feet, which is a good thing because kids these days spend way too much time sitting on their behinds, staring zombie-fied into the screen, right? So have everybody stand up and move around. Just kind of explore their space physically, just kind of walk around. You do, if they're on Zoom, you do want them to kind of gauge how far left and right they can go so they know when they're going to be off screen, because you want to make sure that everybody stays on screen. And you're just going to have them start exploring a winter type environment. So maybe it's a snowy wood, right? And we're walking through a snowy forest, okay? Or maybe it's the North Pole. It's the workshop at the North Pole, or maybe it's a crowded shopping mall, or maybe it's driving through crazy holiday traffic. Whatever you do, you want to make sure that the students are making big, bold, purposeful choices, because just sort of going like this, that's not really making a choice. It's like a non-choice, right? So you want to make sure that they're moving. You want to make sure that they're gesturing. You want to make sure that their bodies are in motion and that their moves have purpose. Now, at a certain point, you're going to yell freeze, and whatever position they're in, they're going to have to hold it. And then you're going to give them a completely different scenario, and they're going to have to take whatever position they're in, and they're going to find a way to justify how that movement, or how that frozen posture rather, ties in to the next environment you give them. And you can do this 2 or 3 times with 2 or 3 different scenarios, environments, until they kind of get the hang of the freezing and restarting. Once they have this down, you can move on to stage 2. So for stage 2 of the game, we're going to choose 2 students to begin with. Either in the classroom, they're going to stand at their feet, or in Zoom, we're going to choose them from the gallery. And you're going to choose one of the people to be it, and that person is going to decide on a holiday locale and activity. And now they're going to talk, and through the first person's words, the second person is going to have to try and figure out where they are and what they are doing, and jump in and respond and react accordingly, so they get a little scene going. Now again, make the movements big and bold and purposeful, right? Because working at a sushi joint in a shopping mall, making sushi where your movements are really kind of small and confined, really isn't going to work. You want them to explore the movement. You want them to explore the space and make their moves big and bold as possible. Because what's going to happen is at any point in time, anybody else in the Zoom gallery can shout, freeze. And when they do, that person can go in and take the position of either of the two people, right? And then they're going to start a brand new scene at a new locale with new characters and new circumstances. And the other person left in the scene is going to have to figure out again where they are and kind of jump in and go along accordingly. I would absolutely encourage you to have students bring whatever traditions or stories or backgrounds they have in their own lives to this game. Because when they do, it's going to become so much richer than it would otherwise be if you as the leader just said, this is about Christmas, this is only about Frosty or Rudolph or Santa or Christmas trees or whatever. Allow them to bring themselves to the game, and you're going to end up with a much richer, much more rewarding experience as a result. Now, when students get a little more advanced with this game, you could try it out with 3 or 4 people. I would start off with just 2 until they get the hang of it, until they understand the mechanics of the game. But like all improv, really tailor it to your own needs. Make it your own, make it special, and adapt it to your own situation and students. Hey, if you use this game and it works for you, let me know. Comment down below on how it worked. If you add anything to it or you have any suggestions on how to improve the game, I would love to hear about it. I really, really do value your input. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope all of you have the very, very merriest of Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or New Year or solstice or whatever it is you celebrate. And I'll catch you on the flip side next year. Hey, let's pray that next year isn't a repeat of this year because I've had quite enough of 2020. Take care, and we'll see you soon.